The name of this story is Rapper Magician. So here is the finished costume. Y'all, it's Christmas. Those are gorgeous. Rocking with my holiday sweatshirts. No shame. This bag, this is the one that's the refills. Hello you guys, happy Halloween. Welcome to the vlog. I'm currently getting ready. I just took Leo on his Halloween walk. We went to the super rich neighborhood. There's like one particular street in there that always goes all out on Halloween. So the last 3 years that I've had him on Halloween, we take a little Halloween walk there and it's so fun. It's basically like one big block party. All the houses fully deck out and then there's people passing out like popcorn, and this year there was like a Chinese dragon parade. It was crazy. But anyways, we just got back from that and I'm getting ready right now for my actual Halloween plans. Last night I did Halloween costume number 1, which was in the last vlog. I was a fairy and that was the more elaborate costume. Tonight's costume is literally just an excuse to wear Uggs and pajamas to the bar. I am gonna be Sleeping Beauty tonight. That is my costume right there. Literally pajamas, robe in case it gets a little bit chilly, but I checked the temperature. It should stay pretty warm tonight. But yeah, literally just doing that and then gonna wear a crown and that's it. That's what we're doing. So don't have to go as elaborate on my makeup as I did in the last vlog, thank God, because like I clearly don't have the supplies that I used to for elaborate makeup. But anyway, speaking of that last vlog, I did say that I was going to share a story from my dating life. Oh, I just realized I forgot primer, but it's fine. So obviously I haven't really been diving into dating in my content. There are a few different reasons, one of them being just like the way that unfortunately people pried into the separation and divorce and everything. It kind of made me hesitant to share that part of my life again, but I have been wanting to, just because I think it's kind of like a fun perspective, you know, like re-entering the dating world in your mid-30s. Like literally there's 23-year-olds hitting on you and so are their dads. It's like such a weird in-between, and then especially to like re-enter it after being out of the dating pool for 15 years legitimately since I was 18. So like I really truly never was in this world. Has been very interesting. I will say I don't have like a crazy ton of dating stories, but just because I just was so picky because of my experience, which is something that I do want to open up to you guys eventually. Not right now, but it is something that I do feel I want to like let you guys in on a little bit more when I'm comfortable to, because I think that what went on and understanding it is important for anyone else going through a similar situation. But we'll get into that in a different video. Right now is like fun Halloween horror dating story. I will say like there's not like a ton in terms of quantity of dates, just because I was extremely picky and then I hit a point where I legitimately was like, I'm over this. I hate all men. I fully intend to stay single for life. I do not ever want to date or involve a man in my life. So because of that, yeah, like I was only entertaining dating for just a few months before summer, but I still, of course, do have stories. I was on the apps. I was out in real life. Some of you guys might have caught on, but the events that I sometimes go to on Thursdays are actually singles events, but I personally, I don't treat them like that. I honestly just think of them more as just like general social events. It's actually how I've met like regular friends, just because like people are more open to like chatting with new people at those events. So I don't even really go to those for dating. It's just more like because there's a mixer being thrown at a bar and I just want to chat with new people. But anyways, like I said, I still do have stories and things like that I want to like start sharing with you guys. I will say though, as far as my current status with dating and relationships go, I am gonna like to keep that private, just again from the experience of going through a divorce while I'm, you know, living my life online. It was a little bit much. So if I change my mind about showing it, it's definitely going to be very, very different. But right now I do want to keep that part of my life private. But I am more than happy to share past stories that happened to me earlier in the year and stuff, because honestly, there's some gems. In particular, this first story is absolutely wild. It literally has a name. The name of this story is Rapper Magician, just to entice you. And as far as horror stories go, this truly was like the story that kept on giving. This was my first and only date off of an app. It was off of Bumble. I matched with this guy and we started like chatting right away. And even right away, I was kind of like, I don't know that this guy's like really for me, but I hadn't been on a date at all. And I was just kind of like, you know what? Do it for the plot. I expected nothing out of this date except for, you know, like a drink and to be entertained and just like learn a little bit about myself on a date, you know? So I agreed to meet him for a drink. He asked for the date like that day. okay. First red flag. And I knew it was at the time. But again, this was for the plot. So I was just like, whatever. I already had pre-decided I was not going to see this man ever again after this date. He suggested that we meet up at this local bar here. It's like iconic in this area, called the Goat Hill. Now the Goat Hill, for anyone who knows the Goat Hill, you know it's not like a first date vibes situation, but I do love it. Like, I love the Goat Hill. I've actually taken you guys there on the vlog multiple times. So red flag number 2. But I actually was fine with it because I was like kind of nervous, like I said, first date since I was 18. And again, I wasn't expecting to marry this guy. I knew I was probably not going to want to see him again. So I was like, why not? Let's go to the Goat Hill because I go to the Goat Hill a lot. I frequent it. That is home turf and I can just like feel comfortable in a place that I'm very familiar with. So anyways, we planned for the Goat Hill, and about an hour before our date, he messaged me and goes, hey, any chance you want to smoke together before our date? I'm like, excuse me? Is this guy actually asking me to get high with him before we go out on a date? That's crazy. Because also too, I don't smoke, so I'm like, I don't know where you're getting this from. So I was like, thanks, but you know, I don't do that, but you do you. I will see you at our date. And he was like, oh, okay, sure. So he shows up. For anyone who knows me, I'm type A. I prefer people be on time. Like, I don't get like crazy mad over it, but for our first date, I was definitely annoyed because he was 20 minutes late, reeking of weed. You might be thinking you should have run at that point, but again, I was doing this for the plot. Really quick, I'm gonna go with like a very pinky vibe. So I'm gonna go in with I'm Cute from Statue. I'm gonna do a lot of this because like this is really pale, but it's like the perfect baby pink. But because it's pale and I'm on the tanner side, we're just gonna have to like pack this on. So anyways, he arrives at the Goat Hill reeking of weed and I'm just like, oh gosh. And then, so in his Bumble photos, he had on like this nice suit or like a like put together outfit and like another photo and everything. So I was like expecting something along those vibes. He showed up looking like he just came from the skate park in 2004. So I was like, oh God. Here we go. Anyways, we greet each other and we go to the bar. We're standing at the bar trying to decide what to order. And so I just decided to ask him because I realized it wasn't on his profile. I was like, hey, so what do you do for a living? And he tells me, oh, I'm a server at 2 different restaurants, which I don't judge. Like, that's fine. Economy's hard. Get your hustle. You're working. I'm not mad at that. I'm using the Sailor Moon palette. I don't want to go really girly tonight with the makeup. But anyways, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, you know, you do you. Like, glad that you're, you know, clearly not averse to working hard. You have 2 different jobs. And he had already told me like he has his own place in Newport and stuff, which Newport is not a cheap place to live, especially on your own. So, you know, a little bit impressed by the work ethic to hold down 2 jobs so that you can have that. And then he goes, but I'm a rapper by trade. I don't know what that means. Like, what the fuck does rapper by trade mean? Like, that just like makes no sense. So I'm just like, oh, okay. And you know what? Thinking back on it, his profile did say that he is also a musician, but in no way, I'm just dipping into Grotto from the Limoncello palette, but there was no scenario where I really thought that this kid, he's just like 2 years younger than me. There was no way that I thought that he was a rapper, but apparently that is his passion and his calling. Before I can say anything to like actually react, he follows up with, and I'm also a magician. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then he immediately gives me his website. I'm not gonna repeat it. Gives me his website and I'm like, oh, got it. Great for, you know, next time I have a kid's birthday party I'm planning. I'm going into Vespa just to deepen the outer corner. And so I asked, do you, you know, ever combine the 2 and, you know, do like a rap magic act? And he goes, no, they're completely separate. I'm like, why wouldn't, I don't understand. Why wouldn't you do that? I feel like that would be lucrative, you know, like, you know, as long as you're good. But no, he did not do that. By the way, this whole time we're standing like maybe 3 feet from the bar and the bartenders have been staring at us, wondering if we're gonna order. And I keep trying to like motion to order, but he just like stands there and keeps just yapping about himself. He then moves on to tell me that the necklace he's wearing that I have not asked about at all, his mom picked out for him. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Like, are you close with your mom? He's like, yeah, you know, she helps me out a lot with like fashion and stuff. I'm like, cool. So at that point I'm like, hey, we should order our drinks. And he's like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and get drinks. So we go up to the bartenders who are like, oh my god, finally. And I get my usual that I get at the Goat Hill, which is my favorite beer, an Elysian Space Dust. If you don't know much about like IPAs are strong, and that's what an Elysian Space Dust is. It's super hoppy and it's very, very strong. And they asked me what size, and before I can answer, my date answers for me and tells them, get her the large. And then he says, I'll do the same. So I'm like, okay, I really hope that you know what you're ordering. And then he turns to me as he's handing them his card and says, don't worry, this first round's on me. I'm like, first off, this whole date's on you. Second off, what do you mean first round? Who says you're getting a second round? But you know, I'm trying to be gracious. So I'm like, oh, cool. Sounds good. Thanks for the beer. And oh my god, I totally missed a whole part of like why we were standing there and why we had the bartenders waiting on us for so long. Immediately after he told me he was a magician, he pulled out a deck of cards. And he did a card trick for me. And again, the bartenders are sitting there watching, waiting for us to order drinks. But anyways, we get our drinks and we head to like the back pool room and grab a table. And this whole time too, he's being like so touchy, like putting a hand on my thigh, hand on my waist, like all of these things, and like none of it is welcomed by me. We sit down and he proceeds to do a couple more magic tricks for me. So I mean, even though I didn't find the next great love of my life that night, I did get a free drink and a free magic show, so it wasn't a total loss. But anyways, we're sitting there and like he's still talking about his mom. He asked me like a few questions about myself, not really a lot. Like he's talking about himself a ton, but at one point he, you know, allows me to tell him a little bit about myself. And I forgot how it came up, but I regret mentioning this. I mentioned him that I used to be a Hooter girl, and he immediately goes, oh, reaches over, because I was wearing like a big oversized jacket, and like proceeds to like move the jacket. I have on like a high neck top still, but like proceeds to move the jacket and goes, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Should have left right then and there. But again, I was doing it for the plot, and the plot was plotting with him. I'm just gonna do some loose princess curls, and then I'm actually gonna give this camera like a second to rest, so I'll be right back. We're back. I just also had to order the pizza for me and my friend. We're getting Pitfire pizza. I didn't even say what I'm doing tonight. It's just me and one girlfriend. Everyone else went to LA, but I don't want to be on the roads that far for Halloween. So we're gonna have pizza here and girl talk, and then we're gonna bar hop. We might go to the Wayfarer because it is Friday and Sega Genecide is playing, and I have done Halloween at the Wayfarer before and it's a lot of fun. So that's like our absolute backup, but right now like the plan is pizza and then bar hop, because we can walk to a couple bars from here and then see what we're feeling, because I just know the surge pricing on Uber is gonna be crazy. Where was I? He pulled that move with me when I mentioned that I was a Hooter girl, and I was like, oh no, absolutely not. It was somewhere around this point that some gentleman who was so nice came over to check on our table and just like casually strolled over. He's like, hey, how are you guys doing? Everyone doing good tonight? He didn't work there. He was just like a patron who I think saw that I was in distress and came over. And you know, my date's like, oh no, we're fine. And he's all bragging. He's like, yeah, we're on a first date, blah blah blah. And he had been telling me earlier that night that he likes to bring his cards to the bar so that he can do magic tricks for drunk people, and then he tries to hustle them for a free drink by telling them that he will give them the secret for the trick if they buy him a beer. First off, a magician's not supposed to reveal their secrets. Second off, you are on a first date. Why are you telling me about your hustle to get free drinks? Like, it makes you sound so cheap. But anyways, this gentleman like came over to try to check on us. My date's trying to tell him like, oh no, we're fine, we're having a great time. And like this guy is looking at me. He's looking at me like, are you good? So my date decides to do a magic trick for him and then tried to hustle him out of a free beer. I was just like, wow. Even doing it on a date. Like, I get it, a hustle's a hustle, but like, you know, maybe sometimes turn it off. So the guy leaves, and I kid you not, this guy just won't stop talking about his mom. And then I told him that I'm obsessed with Star Wars, and he goes, oh my god, I have something that is gonna make you cream. I'm like, that's disgusting. Did you just really say that to me? And he like was so excited to like pull up this picture he has of like a bunch of Star Wars collectibles and memorabilia, but I was just like, did you really say that to me? That's ew. And then a little while later, the bartender comes and checks on us, and he's looking at me. He's like, are you good? Are you okay? And I'm looking at him like, I think I'm fine right now, but please don't stray too far. And then also too, another added element here, he had started slurring about a fourth of the way into his beer, but towards the end of the date, he starts telling me how he hasn't been drinking a lot lately. He smokes weed instead, so his tolerance is down. So I'm like, you ordered one of the strongest beers. He said he hadn't really drank that much in like the last year. I'm like, you ordered one of the strongest beers. Your tolerance is down, and you're also crossfaded because you're high as fuck. No wonder you're slurring like crazy. You know, his beer's finishing up. I had finished mine a while back already, and I don't know why I was still there. I think I was just like trying to be polite. He asks me, how is this going? Which, like, props to him for asking. I mean, that's a hard question to ask. But yeah, he's like, how's this going? You know, you think it's gonna be like a second date or anything? And I was like, do you want the honest truth? And he told me yes, he wanted the honest truth. So I wasn't gonna be like brutally honest, but you know, I sugarcoated it a little bit. And I was like, you know, I just think I'm looking for someone a little bit more mature. He immediately starts going, you know, like, what? No, I'm mature, you know, like, if you want this or that, I can do it, I can provide it, blah, blah, blah. So I like try to pull out like my trump card, which it turns out, believe it or not, a lot of men actually don't care about this, but I'm like, I'm going through a divorce, like thinking that that would scare him off. And he's like, I'll be whatever your ex-husband was. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what is going on with you? So I was like, no, you know what, I don't think it's a love match. Like, I think you're a nice guy, which like was a lie, but I just need to get out of there. I was like, but this is just not gonna work. I'm not interested. So then at that point he starts getting super defensive. And he's like, well, you know what? It's not a love match for me either. I'm like, okay. And he starts like trying to insult me, but he can't like fully do it. I had a very small like breakout on my cheek. It like wasn't even anything bad or anything. Like, it was healing, it was going away. And he was like, you know, like, I see like your skin there. It looks like you had a couple zits. And he's like, but I'm breaking out too. So I guess like that isn't that big a deal. And then he was like, and then like your jacket is like huge and it looks ridiculous. Although, you know, your outfit does look really good. I'm like, you can't even insult me, right? What is happening? So he's like doing this where he's insulting me, but like immediately taking it back. So I finally stop him and I'm like, you know what? It was nice getting to know you, but I'm gonna go. So I just go ahead and I leave, and that was the end of the date. But like I said, this is the date where I went for the plot, and the plot kept plotting. A few months later, a friend of mine who likes to use that Are We Dating the Same Guy group on Facebook, like if anybody started talking to someone, we'd be like, hey, check out and see if like the guy that I'm talking to is on there. But she was on there and noticed a familiar face, and she messages me and goes, hey Sarah, isn't this that rapper magician guy that you went out with? Lo and behold, it was him. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, that's him. Why? What's going on? And she starts sending all of these screenshots. Apparently this guy had charges for stalking, has been kicked out of 2, I think, apartment complexes because of stalking. Like a ton of legal trouble, super weird, shows up at girls' places. Thank God I like didn't have him pick me up or anything. Just like very, very sketchy, dangerous behavior. So I was like, wow, seriously, dodged such a big bullet. But anyways, yeah, that is the story of my first date after separating, and my first and only date off of the apps, because I've been done with apps for a while, and it kind of made me want to crawl into a cave forever and reject all men. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. Like I said, I went on it for the plot. I knew it wasn't gonna be a good date, so I was like, you know, why don't I get like one bad date story under my belt, so that I had that in my arsenal for the experience, and also like to share for, you know, when people are sharing their horror dating stories. I wanted a horror dating story, and boy did I get one. Literally, like, people tell me all the time, they're like, you got like 4 dating horror stories in one. I'm like, yeah, I really overachieved on that one. Be careful on the apps, ladies. It's a real sketch out there. But okay, let me go ahead and finish up my makeup. Just need to do mascara. Oh, and the battery's dying, so okay. I'm gonna finish up my makeup, get a fresh battery, and I'll show you guys the costume. So here is the finished costume. Again, just kind of an excuse to wear PJs and Uggs to the bars, but I have on this set. I unboxed it in a previous vlog. It actually came with 4 pieces. The top, these shorts, they have like a little lace trim, this cute baby pink, and then there's also a pajama pants option as well, and then a robe, which I am gonna bring. It's gonna be like my jacket. Crown is from last year when I did, what was that? Mia Thermopolis from the Princess Diaries. And then just gonna rock the Uggs because, you know, comfy for Sleeping Beauty. And then here it is with the robe. Despite being thin, I feel like this robe is definitely going to keep me warm, so I should be good to go. I checked the weather. It's not going to get any cooler than like 62 degrees tonight, so this should be more than fine. Honestly, I don't even know if I need to bring this, but I will just in case, also because this is a little short in the back and it's the bars, you know, I might just want to throw it on just in case. But super comfy, easy, cute, but still kind of creative, you know? Then our pizza just arrived. I think I already mentioned, but I got us Pitfire pizza. My friend is on the way. She's grabbing some drinks for us to pregame with, but I just got us the cheese pizza because this cheese pizza, it looks simple, but it's so freaking good. I forgot I have fried olive bites. I think I'm gonna throw some of these in the air fryer. Why not? Oh, this does not have air fryer instructions. I'm sure I can Google them. Oh shoot, I should make Leo's food first because I need this plugged in. Okay, make those in a second. Got the air fryer going. For anyone who is curious, it's 7 to 10 minutes at 400 in the air fryer for the fried olive bites. But anyways, made Leo his Halloween dinner. Oh wait, we're missing blood dust. I feel like we gotta do a little blood dust. So just a sprinkle of that over. Perfect. I used the last of basically everything from his Halloween box from Wolf Snack. So we did the alligator, I think it's an elbow, alligator claw, the little quail head, cow brains, and then the red is the beetroot powder. Then I also added his green beans because he loves green beans. But anyways, that is Leo's Halloween dinner. Merry Christmas, you guys. It's November 1st. I'm so excited. I'm going all in. I was like, November 1st, we're in it. I am in the Christmas spirit. Halloween's over. I am ready to go. Made myself some breakfast, just some Spam and rice. I don't know why. I was like really feeling a Filipino breakfast. I didn't want to deal with longanisa and garlic rice. So I was like, ooh, Spam and rice. That sounds freaking amazing. So I made a batch of Spam yesterday, which I think I filmed for you guys. But it's the day after Halloween. Clearly I didn't go too crazy. Like the thing is, like when I go out dancing, even if we're drinking, because like my girlfriend and I, we had a few drinks here and then we still had drinks at the Wayfarer, but it's like when I'm dancing and stuff like that, I just like metabolize it so fast that I'm usually fine. I did also take a Party Smart pill. But in honor of today being November 1st, I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm not putting up all of the holiday decor yet. I am, however, allowing myself to put up one piece of holiday decor. I figured if I'm allowing myself one piece of holiday decor, why not go big or go home? So we're gonna dig it out of storage after I finish my breakfast. First off, I forgot I never reorganized all of this from when I took out the fall decor, so this is a hot mess. But where is she? I think, is that it? Wait, no, my tree wasn't from Amazon. That's not it. Where's my tree? Where is my tree? Panic is setting in. Where the fuck is my tree? Oh, it's this. Okay, I'm looking in the wrong spot. Panicked for nothing. But the question is, do I put this up without the ornaments? Which would mean I'd have to take the ornaments out. Maybe we just don't go too crazy and we do just the tree, and then we'll do the ornaments when we like actually officially decorate for Christmas, which is not gonna be that far off. I think I'm gonna do it in the next like week and a half or so. So it's not gonna be a bare tree for long, and also this tree has the lights, so it's fine. Please ignore the bed. I still need to make it, but it was kind of a late morning. My question is, where am I gonna put this? Like my first instinct was here, but then I realized there's actually not a lot of room. I could put it where the fan is, then move the fan here. Also too, there's a little bit of a chill in the air, which I love, which means I can put on like a lighter sweatshirt. This felt appropriate. But anyways, let's try it here first. If it feels like it's gonna be in the way too much, yeah, I'm gonna switch it out with the fan and put it in the corner. Actually, it might be better in the corner of the room. And actually the fan will feel better here because then it'll hit me directly. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the black fan in the storage because I only need one fan, and then I'll put the white one in here. Then just if I need the fan out in the living room, I can move it. But I think that that's gonna be probably the better way to go. So I think we can put this in storage through the holidays, but honestly probably until summer. Figured I should do a quick clean. I just cleaned yesterday, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, here we go. Merry Christmas. Oh, I'm so excited. Maybe I should put the base together first. Okay, dropping everything. I have too much excitement. Oh my god. Base is on, bottom of the tree first. Oh, I should have grabbed the topper for this tree. Like, I know I'm not gonna do ornaments, but like, I could still put the topper on. Although, again, I'd have to go find it. Never mind. We'll do just the tree. I think this is enough crazy. And also, like I said, I'm gonna actually decorate in like 2-ish weeks. So we can do the minimalist bare tree for now. One thing I really have been loving living by myself is that I can fully decide what I want to do when I want to do it as far as the house goes, and like starting to pull out Christmas stuff November 1st is something that I always wanted to do I never was allowed to do, but we are in it now. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Ah, there we go. Oh my god, when I light this up tonight, oh, it's gonna be so good. I forgot how tall this was, Jesus. I thought it was like this tall. Guys, I'm so happy in this moment right now. Like, I'm so excited. So, I think right here is good. Yeah, plug her in. Oh my god. Y'all, it's Christmas. Oh, I'm so happy. And 100% this would not have worked over there. This needed to go here. Oh, Leo's gonna knock down so many of the ornaments though when I put them on. I don't know, maybe I just go no ornaments this year? I don't know, we'll see. I don't need to make that decision right this second. She looks beautiful. I love it. About to start getting ready for dinner with my friend. Have I mentioned that I'm going out to dinner tonight? I can't even remember, honestly. So if I'm repeating myself, sorry, but going out to dinner tonight with a girlfriend, and then actually it's one of our friends' birthdays and he says he's gonna be bar hopping, so we're probably gonna go meet up with him and a few other friends. But starting out with dinner with my girlfriend, we're going to Casadami. I'm so excited. It's this like tapas restaurant that I've been wanting to go to for years. It's like a little wine bar slash tapas restaurant right on the water in Newport, so it's gonna be like a little romantic girls' night dinner. I'm about to get ready for it, and L'Oreal had sent me so many products. I'm so excited about this, so I wanted to like officially unbox it and see like what I can use for tonight. They sent me like a mix of skincare and makeup. Obviously not doing the skincare right now, but they sent me their Revitalift Derm Intensive. This is a 2.5% hyaluronic acid and caffeine brightening eye serum. The dropper on it looks really cool. Very intrigued by this. And then they also sent me their 1.5% pure hyaluronic and micro epidermic plumping serum, so hyaluronic for the eyes and then also for the face, and also their triple power anti-aging moisturizer. So this has pro-retinol, vitamin C, and hyaluronic acid in it, which is a nice little anti-aging combo. So I'm excited to try those out in my skincare routine. They also sent me a hair treatment. This is the Everpure sulfate-free glossing 5-minute lamination mask. I'm not washing my hair tonight, so not gonna do this tonight, but definitely excited to try this one out and see what it does. And then this is actually something that I've been wanting to try from them. This is their faux brow in dark brunette. So this is a little brow pen, but that's what the tip on it looks like. So supposedly it creates these like very realistic, oh yeah, brow lines. I don't know how well you guys can see it on camera. That's like how fine and realistic it draws them on. Definitely gonna try this out. I don't think I'm gonna try it all out on camera. I am running a little bit in a time crunch, so I'm gonna get ready, but I'll show you everything at the end. They also sent me their True Match Super Blendable Foundation. This is an N6.5. I think when they reached out to me, it was during summer, and I gave them my summer color, so this might be a little bit dark, but this is the neutral medium deep. And they also sent me the True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. This one looks more appropriate to use for concealer, but it's got 1.5% hyaluronic acid and caffeine. And then this one is in the color W4, light medium. They also sent me a little mini Elnet hairspray. This is so cute. I love this. I'm gonna put this in my travel bag. Oh, they sent me their Infallible Brows. It says up to 24-hour brow lamination. Excited to try this. Just like a transparent brow gel. And then lastly, they sent me their Voluminous Panorama Mascara in Blackest Black. I might put this one in my PR box if someone wants to grab it, because I only use waterproof, just because my lashes, they don't last at all if I don't do waterproof. And then lastly, so I originally had an outfit planned, but I think I'm gonna change it because of this. I got in a new pair of boots for fall, and I'm so excited about these. So I've been needing, or wanting, I should say, a pair of black boots for going out. Oh my god, this box is just falling apart. Because all I have for going out right now, as far as black shoes go, are booties. Ooh, those are gorgeous. Look at that. So this is wide calf, but unfortunately for this brand, if you do wide calf, you have to do wide width. Hopefully it's not too wide on my feet. So I'm gonna try to come up with a new outfit to style it around these. For a second, I got real scared I wasn't gonna go up my calf. I was like, come on, don't say wide calf if you can't fit my calf. No, these are great. And the wide width is actually fine, like with a pair of like socks inside, especially like thicker socks. Leo, they can't see. Here they are. They go up to like right below my knee. And then the heel on this is really good. I think it's just like an inch and a half. So not anything too tall. So I'll be able to bar hop in these, no problem. There's also like cushioning inside. Then also I like the pointed toe on this. I just feel like it really elevates the boot. Yeah, super cute. Oh, also the heel on this is a flare heel too. So it's not a little stiletto that's gonna like wear down and like be uncomfortable to walk in. So excited about these. My only thing is like, yes, it is wide calf and it does fit my calf, but this is not a pair that I could wear over a pair of jeans. Like this for sure is just like on bare legs only. But still, I will take it. Here's the outfit. I have this dark green halter on from Amazon. Skirt is from Lulu's, and then I have my new boots. Also, this is how I rediscovered that one calf is larger than the other. It's loose on this calf, tight on this calf. Either that or it's how they cut the boots. But anyways, yeah, that is the outfit. Just need to grab a purse, and I already called my Uber, so I'm about to head out of here. Also wanted to show you guys how the makeup turned out, trying to get some light. The foundation was in fact too dark, but I went heavy with the concealer, which was lighter, so it evened out. Looks good. I actually really like the coverage on this. It's really nice. And also loving the brows. Like the brows look really, really good. I'm kind of sold on L'Oreal's brow products. Happy Sunday, guys. So I have been out and about for a little bit. I need hand sanitizer so bad. I'm getting so hungry, but I just did some returns this morning, picked up Leo's food, and then I just stopped at Best Buy. Part of the reason why I didn't vlog it was because I left my SD card at home, but honestly, I've been needing to get an extra one anyways. So I just stopped off at Best Buy and bought one. But I was in Huntington today and I went to one of my favorite quick stop restaurants. This is a Vietnamese restaurant, and I got their spring rolls, which are so good. I haven't had these in so long. I miss them. I hope that they're still as good as I remember. But I will say their coffee definitely still hit the way that it used to. This is so good. Oh, I haven't eaten since breakfast though, and this is like super strong, so I'm like, I gotta eat now. But it comes with the peanut sauce and then some pickled vegetables on the lid that I'm gonna dump in. Come on, there we go. And then here are the spring rolls. Oh, they look so beautiful. Like I said, it's been a hot minute since I last had this, so please be just as good as I remember. Immediately as I took that first bite, I knew it was gonna be so good. I had a friend who was Vietnamese. When I told her I loved this place, she was like, that's like our McDonald's. And I was like, I'm sorry, but like, it's so good. It's hitting the spot. I feel like though there's a lot more lettuce in here than I remember. I'm getting bites that are like pure lettuce. Also too, rocking one of my holiday sweatshirts. No shame. I need the air on. It's been hot. Oh, I forgot I also got egg rolls. I'm at South Coast Plaza right now because it's currently the Sephora Fall Sale. So I put in a Sephora order, well actually a couple orders, like I realized I forgot a couple of refills that I wanted. So we're here to pick that up, but I did notice over here, I'm like on like the other side of South Coast, some of their holiday decor has gone up. So I'm thinking if the holiday decor is up, I'm gonna do like a little stroll around the mall. This is so good. I'm so glad that I stopped. I also, while I was there, got dessert. I got pumpkin spice donut holes because I was by Dunkin', you know. Have to. It's only my second time getting pumpkin spice donut holes. I've really been off my game this fall. Leo and I just got back from our walk, and I want to go ahead and end off this vlog, but not before, of course, showing you guys what I got from the Sephora sale. So I'm gonna finish off the vlog with a quick little haul. This bag, this is the one that's the refills, my second order of like the couple things that I had forgotten. First up is the Day Monsoon Moisture Mask. I've talked about this hair mask so many times. It makes my hair so freaking silky and hydrated. I'm just super, super obsessed with it. It's a must in my hair care routine, and it's something that I always make sure to restock during the Sephora sales. Then next is another hair product that is a must in my hair care routine, the K18 Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. This I think I got for the first time during the last Sephora sale, and I am obsessed with it. This is the travel size, and believe it or not, so that sale was like in spring or something, and I got the travel size then too. I still have that. It's not empty. This is just a preemptive refill. I just really love the way that this makes my hair feel. It just makes it feel like super sleek and strong. And the reason why it's taking me a while to get through it is because you only have to use it, I think it's like every 3 to 4 washes or something like that. Sometimes I'll do it every other wash. It says actually use every 4 to 6 washes, but my hairdresser said you can do it as much as like every other wash, so I kind of go in between that. And when you do it that way, even the small one lasts a while, which is great because the big one is super expensive. I think the big one's like 60, 70 bucks. And then this size is 30. And I know like value-wise, the bigger one is the better value, but it's hard to swallow $60, $70, so just refilling the travel size every 6 months works for me. Then this bag is all new stuff. They're kind of new. So one item I've had before. This is the Kulfi Lassie Lips Staining Lip Oil. I got a new color. I got rose. By the way, I still can't find caramel. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. But rose is like the most viral one. This is the one that everyone was posting on TikTok. I've had the hardest time getting my hands on it. So when I saw it was available and available during the sale, I was like, hell yes, throw it in the cart. Then, oh, actually I have another refill, but this time is hopefully the correct color. The Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Foundation. This foundation is just so good while being inexpensive. Honestly, it's such a great deal. The 2 bottles that I have right now, one is a touch too light and one is like 2 shades too dark. So I'll usually do like a pump of the lighter one and then like maybe half a pump of the darker one. That tends to be a pretty good color for me. So I looked at the chart and went in between both those colors, and this is the one that I think is going to be the best match. This one is 19N. I don't know what the exact name on that is. I'm assuming it's some sort of neutral. And then I have another complexion product. This is the Tower 28 SPF 30 Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. I love trying tinted mineral sunscreens. Tinted sunscreens is actually what I wear like on a day-to-day basis to the office, or if I just want to do like a quick face. So I got mine in the color 30 PCH. I think that's gonna work pretty well with me. The nice thing about tinted sunscreens is that because they have like a little bit of transparency, I feel like they kind of like blend into your skin tone a little bit better if you're off by like 1 or 2 shades. Then I also got another item from the Sephora collection. This is their contour stick. I just needed another contour stick for my quick makeup in the mornings for work. I usually use the Dibs like duo sticks, but unfortunately Sephora doesn't sell them. So I was like, okay, let me just get a bronzer, because on my duo sticks, that's actually what's out, is the bronzer slash contour side. So yeah, I just went ahead and got Sephora's contour stick, especially because it was inexpensive. And then also for the sale, Sephora collection is 30% off, so it was like even cheaper. But I got the shade 03, which is for medium to tan skin. Lastly, I got a blush, and I have been wanting to try this for so long. Rhode is now sold at Sephora. I don't know when that happened, but I'm so glad it was in time for the sale. And this is the one item from Rhode that I have been dying to get my hands on. This is the pocket blush. It's the one that like everyone posts. I got it in the color Toasted Teddy because I felt like this was going to be a great color for fall, and I feel like I've seen a lot of people wearing this one. So here's what it looks like, and we'll do a little quick swatch of this one. Ooh, that is way more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Ooh, that's a nice color. It's kind of like a little bit of like a brick slash wine color. I know the lighting's terrible for you guys to see that, but that is gonna be a really good color for fall. And I also love how like creamy that went on. I'm actually low-key impressed. Honestly, I'm not a Hailey Bieber fan, but I do have to say this looks like a really, really good product. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me for Halloween weekend, and I love you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys in the next one.